I'm finally back on the fuel injection pump here on Bruce Almighty after several weeks. I'll be surprised if I can remember how to put it back together. So the special locking bolt arrived for the 300 TDI injection pump, so I'm going to wait to get that fitted, rip that pump off and then get it whacked in there. Half an hour later that came off no problem. I made a rudimentary tool to hold the timing gear in place. It might have been made out of some Mohs hanging basket brackets, but don't tell her. And then pop the pump off, no problem at all. So we'll get the pump, we'll assemble the bit I borrowed to put in the old pump, try and put that back together in this one, the pressure relief valve, and then we'll get this pump installed. Pop the plunger back in there. This one's got 2 springs, and then the top has got a large washer and 2 small washers. Shims. Moment of truth. Time. I'm quite nervous about this, having never done it before. Oh, straight in. Nipping these up. Might have to put some new yellow paint on them so they look original. And we'll take the special tool off. Which is there, and didn't worry too much about the pump timing because it didn't line up anyway. So what I did is I put the pump in, and then I removed the special tool, and funnily enough the timing pin didn't line up. So I got my 22mm socket and just rotated the pump gently until the timing pin went back in. And now I've got the 3 M8 bolts here with the 10mm heads. I've just got to nip them up, put the cover plate on, and then I can start putting all the plumbing back together on this. Most important thing I would say with doing anything to do with timing is make sure you retrieve all of your locking pins from the pump, the timing belt pulley, and the one that's down in the flywheel at the bottom of the gearbox, because if you don't, you start your engine, you're going to waste a lot of time and a lot of money. I have no holes in the pump, and I've retrieved all my pins. They're back through. This has actually taken me a good half a day. I thought it'd be an hour's job, but I think I've just been so paranoid about messing the timing up. Well, the next job is to bleed the fuel through. I'm still running off a jerry can at the minute because I know there's nice clean diesel in there, but the old 200 TDI does have a manual fuel pump, manual lift pump with a little lever on the bottom of it, so I can give that a little scoosh and watch the diesel coming through the filter, then nip that up and then see it coming up to the injectors. And we'll see if there's any charge in the battery and give it a crank over. And there. Fuel at the injectors. Is it going to start? Sounds like the timing's off a little bit. Fast forward a day. Yeah, I'm still in the same manky clothes. Engine wouldn't start. Checked everything, rechecked everything, came to the conclusion that the timing belt may have skipped a tooth the first time I had it off. So I removed the alternator because it was going to be getting removed anyway to get an upgraded one for charging winch batteries. Then bodged a puller together from various bits and some coach bolts to remove the flywheel damper. Then I took the timing case off, and now we're away to check the timing belt. And then I put the damper bolt back on, spun the crank round to top dead centre, pinned it at the flywheel, and then went to check the timing. Then I took the tensioner off, at which point I was able to rotate the fuel pump gear until the pin went in. So it's definitely jumped a tooth or two the first time I took it out. I suspect I was a little bit canny with a special tool, probably didn't tighten it up. But now I've seen the insides of this, I know exactly what I would do next time. Not that there's ever going to be a next time. Then using, once in a blue moon, my angular torque wrench, I set the torque on the idler, spun the engine through 2 rotations, and that's where we are up to now. Yes. And that is me back to where I was about 2 months ago. It's over revving, probably need to adjust the throttle or something with a different pump, but we'll get that sorted out and we'll get it all put back together. Before I go, fast forward a few hours and everything is back together now, including my 100 amp alternator. The vehicle's revving too high, so I thought it might be something jammed, a turbo hose not on. There were a couple of pipes not on, so all the pipes are on. So I'm systematically working my way through it. I flushed some fuel cleaner through, revving too high. So I thought it might be the bypass, the pipe that comes back from the turbo to the diaphragm on the fuel pump. That's clear. Then we thought, well, we'll take the cover off and see what's in here. Well, there's nothing in there. And if you're not familiar with the inside of Land Rover fuel pumps, here's the pump. Yes, we have a diaphragm, or we don't have a diaphragm in that case. So we might take the diaphragm from here, put it over there. That's got to make things a little bit better, one would think.